kickoff for the Lions.
22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up 2nd down.
6-yard pickup.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
Omaha.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And the punch there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. You talk about this Lions defense. This unit, they've struggled a little bit against the pass, ranked number 21 in the league.
Defending the pass has not been one of their strong suits throughout the season, but if they have any hopes of making waves in January, they've got to improve in this area.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Vikings.
So opening drive, 3rd down. They complete the slant to move the sticks.
And ordinarily, it's a high percentage pass when you throw it. And receivers like to run that route because it gets the ball in their hands pretty quickly. Just a couple of quick steps upfield, break towards the middle, the ball should be there, and then they can do some work afterwards.
Big ace.
Here's Murray. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there on 2nd down. The Vikings sit 7-8 now on the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Clark has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. They got to figure this out. They got to figure him out. 4 sacks last week. Now 1 in the first quarter. What do they do?
Well, great pass rushers usually have a go-to move, but the best pass rushers, they have counters to their go-to move. So they'll show you that. Then when you adjust, they counter it and still get to the quarterback. And you don't pile up that many sacks. What do you have, 4 in the game last week? Without having some go-to moves with counters.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they get it to him again. Clark, 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. On the return is Williams. A very good return there, giving it even 20 yards. And the Lions will take over. Looking to put a drive together.
Ready. Cowboy 80.
They start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It was Matt Judon that time who worked his way in to blow that play up.
19 Charger, 19 Charger.
Now they'll change things around before the snap.
19 tight, 19 tight. 60.
Now Perkins. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The catch and run there, good for 16 in the first. Counting down toward a midway point in quarter one.
Buffalo 80. Buffalo 18.
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. Shedding the tackle, and it gives him some room. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs, his 25th touchdown. Tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Lions are on the board first here this afternoon.
How about the vision on the run here? This one's intended to just be a straight dive up the middle. But once he gets through traffic, he sees that the open space is to the outside. So he's just going to angle himself out wide and win the race to the pylon.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with the win.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Yeah, that's a good start to drive number 2. Remember, they had to punt the first time they had it. So maybe a little bit different sense of purpose here. And they start out with a nice gain and a quick first down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
Well, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game, because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Short throw caught by the tight end Oliver. And he will have the Vikings first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. To throw, it's Murray. Catch is made by Herring. And he's corralled field, but not before getting it inside the 35. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Green, green, green. Hey.
Murray now. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he gets it down to the 32. Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll make it second down. You talk about this Lions defense. This unit, they struggled a little bit against the pass, ranked number 21 in the league.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
Big ace open, big ace open. Move, 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 move. Two.
Murray to air it out again. He gets it to Addison. And only able to get two here. Stopped at the 30.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there, 4th and 3. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it.
Again, it's 4th down.
Six nothing our score after one. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. They're going for it. It's Murray. He'll try to do it himself. Murray fighting. Lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. And hindsight 2020, I think they probably should have gone for the field goal, right?
The 3 points would look really good right now, but I think what we just saw there, analytics really starting to creep into the game, because more and more teams are saying the more you go for it, the better your odds of getting it, the better your odds of scoring 6 points instead of 3. They took a chance there. It just didn't pay off.
Yeah, right here, the anti-analytics guys go thumbs up. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Gibbs straight ahead. And some room to maneuver. Inside the 20. Touchdown, Detroit. Jameer Gibbs with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead now stands at 13.
Vikings nothing. Jack Fox sticking out for the Lions.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football is certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it, and if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board. I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Six, four. 4-1. That's one. Hey, easy. Quiver. Omaha. Hey, Omaha. Shit. Easy. Big ace open. Omaha. Bunch. Big Ace. 2-2.
Murray going to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Cody Joseph. And the Lions are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20. Yard line.
I see a bunch of mean guys in the band at a tie. Going on the west side, giving side eyes. Ain't nobody that I really recognize. Ain't surprised to ride the killer vibe. Probably the beast we got.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, second and a yard.
Here we go.
And now they'll shift things around.
18 rattlers. Warriors, 18, tied in. Ready, right?
To throw is Perkins. He's got it complete to Gibbs. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Lions.
Throwing is Perkins. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. These two teams had met at Ford Field earlier this season with the Lions winning that ball game. So if they can win here in Minnesota, they get a sweep of the season series. Here's second and 10.
60 Bison. Cougar 19.
They'll look to throw again. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And that's well executed there on third down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Now he'll tuck this and run. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A lot of effort there for just a 3-yard gain, and now second down. On the give, here's Gibbs. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 138 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18.
19 Tiger. 18 Cardinal.
Going back to Gibbs on first down. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's second and 2.
Bronco switch. Ready,
Another run for Gibbs here. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here's 3rd and 6.
Ready? Like Hawk 70, 19 tight, 19 tight. Go. 60.
Operating from the gun, Perkins. Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions. A great play there with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Lions are able to stretch out their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
35-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily to look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Hey, check 26. Jump out. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
To throw, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the 1st half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Inside.
Throwing now is Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete.
Clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3-and-out.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it's incomplete. They could not convert, and they turn it over. What a real head-scratcher there. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position.
Reload. Here we go.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And a short game down to about the 33. Andrew Van Ginkel there on the stop.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Hawk 70.
2nd down, they go back to Gibbs. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best 1st half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
On the 6.
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9.
19 right. 18, pioneer. Shot 50, 70. 70.
Looking to throw. Perkins. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Well, partner, given where that drive started, that's an excellent job defensively to force them into 4th down.
Bates' kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be second down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5.
18. Back north. Inside.
There's Rodgers to throw. Got him on. It's the rookie out of the 3rd round. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Blue 58.
Rodgers going to throw. He lets one go deep for Addison. Oh, that is incomplete.
Zone coverage there. They were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
2nd and 10.
Check 3rd. Blue 58.
And again, it's Rodgers. He's going to look for Beckham in the end zone. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Odell Beckham. He has career touchdown number 78, tying it with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Vikings are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. The Vikings leave the offense on the field as they're going to line up and go for 2.
The Vikings will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Go to 50. Go to 50. Hey, you block.
Rodgers will throw for it. And he will cover up as he's touched down after a short gain.
That keeps the score. Lions 23. Vikings 6. Will Weicker to kick off for the Vikings.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that one going to hop into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. They go play action here on 1st down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There's a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. First down Lions on a pickup of 13. But a lot of the media Charles, ourselves included, starting to prep those MVP ballots. You wonder if last week's performance, which he admitted was not very good, if that hurt him at all coming down the stretch.
Less than 50 yards on the ground in last week's game that you referenced, and let's face it, if he has another game like that, we'll erase him from the MVP discussion. He won't even be talked about anymore. He has to bounce back with 100+ in this one in order to stay in that race.
Will Reichard to kick off for the Vikings.
The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that.
And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Detroit. Jameer Gibbs, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Lions come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call.
Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is going to lose yardage here. That stop for loss made by Damone Clark from his linebacker spot.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Throwing is Rodgers. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now Samuel. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 32-yard line. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Now 2nd and 11 from the 32.
2nd and 11 at the 32-yard line.
319, jump out!
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And that throw behind his man. He missed it, incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Going quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on third down.
Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. So the 3 points there, and Cindy, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And the Lions are able to cover this one up. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Throwing to start the drive, Perkins.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Byron Murphy.
And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 41.
Intercepted. The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A big play there. With his 17th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Vikings get a bit closer.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Now he's loose again. Inside the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs, 65 yards. And the Lions take a 3-touchdown lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21.
16.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true. But last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Joey Bosa. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
58. Check 30.
To throw is Rodgers. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
They're going to line up to go for this on 4th down. Rodgers stays on the field.
Go to 50. Hey, you back north. Stay right. Hey, check 26. Inside.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And that will force a turnover on downs. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Kevin Byron, Cougar 19, Dragon 60. Go.
Throwing to start the drive. Perkins. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. That one good for 14 yards.
Lions, first down. A gain of 14. And the Lions
Off the play fake. Perkins. Now a run here off the arc. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over. Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And his throw is incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Check 30.
Now Rodgers. And it is caught. And he's out of bounds. Able to take this one up to the 35.
a 5-yard gain.
Give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
319, 26.
Here's Rodgers. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to put that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Jack Campbell with a pick. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. The try here for the extra point.
For the point after.
And And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Makes the score Lions 44, Vikings 16. Jack Fox picking
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And they're going to be backed up to start. A big hit there on the return. Stops him dead in his tracks.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Back north. Inside. Flip again.
Now Rodgers to try again after the pick six. He sets to fire deep. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Third quarter action here on Christmas Day. Hope everyone's having a blessed holiday season. 2nd and 10 right now. It's caught. Beckham. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
And the Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Rodgers now to throw. He'll find Harry on the right side. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
That's another Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 40.
Rodgers again now. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Rodgers changing the play, it appears. Here's Rodgers throwing quickly to the flat. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
Now it's Rodgers. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the first down.
Gain of 6 yards. It's 4th down.
Get 300. Get 300.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Handoff now to Gibbs. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
We are off to the 4th quarter here on this special Christmas Day broadcast. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
On the jump.
From a couple of yards beyond midfield, here's 2nd and 8.
Cowboy 80. 19 tight. 19 tight. Panther 11.
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now it's 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Hawk 7. Hooker 19. Trap 60. Trap 60.
Now Perkins. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And that'll bring up fourth down on the big sack with a loss of 5. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Now this is fielded in the end zone. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable to get this point of this planning, and partner. They do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Rodgers throwing quickly out wide. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Jack Campbell with a pick.
And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
2nd and 11 now.
Here we go, here we go.
Now run by Gibbs. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
19 Lions, 70 Timberwolves, 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick, go!
To throw is Perkins. He's got his target. That's complete. And the Lions are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Cougar 19.
The carry here for the big tight end.
Had a nice job of breaking free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
Gibbs is into the end zone. Touchdown, Lions. So it's a high 5 for that one. His 5th rushing touchdown of the game as he draws ever nearer to potentially making a run at an NFL record.
Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And not a great decision to bring it out there as he's tackled just beyond the 10.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call.
but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead. And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D-line.